What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Extra Point Podcast, episode 9, baby.
Come on, baby.
Almost at 10, double digits.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this has been great.
9 weeks in.
Yeah, hey, we're your hosts. I'm Charles. This is my guy, Justin. And we're two pastors in the Richmond area. We love Jesus, love sports.
So much.
And we believe sports are a good thing made by a good God for us to enjoy in its proper place. So that's what we're trying to make space for us to do. Please like and subscribe. Share it with all your people, all of your friends.
Do it right now. Right now. Like. Right now. Comment. Comment whose outfit you like better.
Well, I didn't really dress to impress today, man.
I know, I'm doing that on purpose. I just want to point. Actually,
my hat's better than your beanie, though. That's
that's
no
debatable.
Doubt. No, I don't think.
You want to know why? Because it's a Giants hat, so that's debatable.
I don't think that's debatable at all.
It is very debatable.
No chance.
Should you put the sunglasses on?
Well, I can't really.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to put them on.
It's hard to see. You want me to wear them?
No, that's fine.
I can put them over my glasses.
No, you look stupid.
I would look
all right, yeah. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Please share with a friend. It helps us out so much, man. We really believe in the vision of this channel, and we want to see it come to fruition, and we can't do it without your guys' support.
That's right.
So,
Pray us in.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Go for it.
All right, bow your heads. You guys in the back, too, all of you. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we're just so thankful for this day, Jesus. We thank you for getting us here safely, Father. We thank you for the breath in our lungs that we're using to communicate today. It's a miracle that we are sitting here today, and we're just really thankful and grateful, Father. We don't want to let that pass us by, Father. We thank you that we're able to just sit down and have conversations about what you're doing in our lives, what you're trying to teach us, and also the things that you've blessed us with, such as the beautiful thing is sports, Jesus. I just pray that this conversation would be fruitful and be beneficial to anybody who's watching it, whether if it's to one person or to 100 people, Jesus. That doesn't make a difference. You know that you want to do something so clearly with this episode. So we pray that you would just let it come to pass and allow us to be your vessels. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Well, Justin, Monday the 23rd, last night, we saw
talk about it.
A pretty interesting finals come to a close.
Talk about it.
Thunder winning 4-3. And so, I mean, there's a lot of things we can start with this. And I think, I feel like we have to first start with Hallie. I feel like that's what makes the most sense.
Yeah, that's definitely and what's kind of sad to me because I feel like that's being talked about more than that Thunder winning. And
well, and I think, yeah, keep going. But I think there's reason
while
for that.
I agree with the sentiment behind why it's being talked about, because obviously that's going to go down as one of the biggest what ifs in NBA history. Yeah. What if Tyrese never tore his Achilles? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's torn Achilles. They keep saying lower leg injury, but it's a torn Achilles. You saw it in the video, which they played 1,000 times. So stupid. But obviously that's going to go down as one of the biggest what ifs. But, man, the Thunder had one of the best regular seasons of all time, one of the best postseasons of all time. And, they deserve their flowers, man. Obviously Tyrese going down hurt the Pacers, but I don't think we shouldn't be taking away from the Thunder's dominance. No, and they were dominant.
And I agree with you. And I think you can say both at the same time. I think we can say the Thunder won.
Of course.
The Thunder won. It's not like the Pacers lost it and handed it to them. The Thunder won the finals. They are the world champions. They deserve it. Congratulations. And we'll get into them in a little more detail later. But I do think at the same time, we can all look at what happened and considering just all of the reality of it, right? Knowing Halliburton is such an up and down player, right? Knowing he can have the lowest of lows, but he has the potential to make big shots and have a high ceiling,
which he was doing.
Knowing that at the start of game set, and knowing too, right? He hurt his calf. He had that strained calf. Yeah. He had it game 6, but still played pretty well.
He played better than he did game 5.
And knowing game 7, he started out. He was 3 for 4 from 3, bro. And he made some. It was pretty deep too. He was feeling it.
He was chucking him.
And so I think given that reality, and the injury happened. What was it? 7 minutes in, 8 minutes in. And it being a game 7 of the NBA Finals.
We were
this might be one of the worst injuries ever.
I can't think other than KD, because it was actually really similar with KD against the Raptors, right? When he tore his Achilles in the finals, 2021. But I've never seen it go down in a game 7.
Yeah.
Let alone the finals, a game 7 in general.
Game 7 is what makes it so much different.
And like you just mentioned, he was starting off hot, man. And it looked like we were on pace for one of the greatest game 7s of all time.
It was going to be good,
right?
And even considering you take Hallie out, and the game was the Pacers were up 1 going into the half.
That's still
that just shows. To me. But again, that just shows you take Hallie, and again the Thunder ran away with it, and I think it's because again, just the difference in talent when you take
Yes.
Hallie off the floor. Like the Thunder weren't going to stay close for a whole game, so I was not surprised that they won by double digits like that.
Yeah.
But just given all those factors to it, I think that's what makes this such a. I mean, it's so heavy and like it's really terrible. And I mean, I couldn't imagine not to make them feel bad, but being a Pacers fan, that's gotta really suck right now.
No,
man.
it
'Cause,
burns. I saw the meme of Reggie Miller sitting there like looking distraught. It burns for sure.
course.
But again, man, like the Thunder were what? Minus 550 favorites to win this
I know.
series.
Again, they should
So
have
like
won
the
this
fact
way
that they
earlier.
even got to Game 7, like
It's huge.
Indiana should be proud. Like the city should be still.
But again, I
ecstatic.
think that's even what adds even more insult
course.
to injury is they made it this close.
Yeah.
And it's not just that they lost. They
The way
lost Halliburton.
The way they lost, yeah. And it's not
No,
that
but they lost Halliburton.
Yeah.
Like, and he's going to be out all next year.
Next
So now you
season,
talk
yeah.
about it's not
Yeah.
like the Pacers are going to be contending.
No.
And I
Yeah,
think that again,
definitely
all of
turns
that,
around
bro,
their
is
entire
like,
that turns around their entire offseason plans.
Yeah.
Because now I'm pretty sure you let Miles Turner walk because he's a free
oh,
agent.
well, first of all,
Pretty sure you let him walk.
are we going to talk about the game?
No, we'll wait a little bit. Well, Miles Turner, I'm pretty sure he's gonna walk.
Yeah.
And now it's like obviously Hallie's gone. McConnell's a free agent. I'm pretty sure he's
gonna get a bag, bro. Yeah.
He was, and we'll talk
He
about it
really
again.
showcased
In spurts, he
himself.
was their
Yeah.
only offense last night. Like he carried that team. And then who else is a free agent this offseason? Not Nemhard or Neesmith.
I'm not sure their contract.
Regardless,
situations.
they're not going to do anything next season anymore. Like they might be a playing team
Yeah.
because they still have Siakam, they still have
They got pieces, yeah.
Benedict,
Yeah.
Neesmith, all of them. But it definitely changes the way they approach next season. And it's a reality. The Celtics, it happened with the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Tatum's gone down with his Achilles tear, they're going to approach next season differently. I'm hearing all these rumors going down with Jaden Brown. And Derek White, Drew Holiday, so like even their offseason is going to
Yeah.
change. The Bucks, like now that Dame's getting hurt, we're hearing all these Giannis trades.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it
No, it changes everything.
sucks.
Changes everything.
And the fact that we got, like I just lightly mentioned it, but 3 Achilles tears in one postseason.
all by guys that were the number 0.
That is insane.
Is this a conspiracy?
Weird. I don't like that. I don't like the way
It's
it
fishy.
feels in my stomach.
It's weird.
But that's just like one of the craziest postseasons ever.
Yeah, but again, I think that's what makes it just so tough, man, for the Pacers is because they never should have been in Game 7, but they brought it there.
Yeah.
They had a legitimate. I mean, watching those first 5 minutes of the game, the Pacers are the ones that started. They started with more fight.
Sure.
Watching it again. I thought the Thunder were going to win,
know.
but watching it, I was like, "Yo, the Pacers are really.
I know, and
they're bringing it. They
yes,
just had that
they
energy
did.
in that.
And I've
fight.
said it the whole postseason, man. Like, or this finals especially. And I was saying it last night. I
Yeah.
would be scared of Indiana in a Game 7.
Yeah,
And like it was looking like an upset at that point.
yeah.
But shout out to Indy, man. They had one of the best
it was a
postseason
magical
runs
run.
ever.
It was, man. And,
They
again, and
going
Hallie
through-
too.
Yeah.
I mean, for Hallie to have those game winner shots that he had throughout the postseason,
No,
like, it's
man. Had they won this ship, that would have been talked of. That would have been talked about as like the best postseason run, I think. Hallie's individual run of
Yeah, it was
game winners.
special. It was
I mean,
special.
taking down Milwaukee round 1, Giannis and Dame, bro. Obviously, Dame got hurt. But taking down Giannis round 1, that's no joke.
and then Cleveland.
Taking down the 1 seed Cleveland. Obviously, they
joke.
were banged up a little bit, but still taking
Still.
them down is big. Taking down the defended
Knicks.
champs. No,
Yeah.
they took down the Knicks, excuse
Yeah,
me.
which is no joke.
Right? Like, they had a really good postseason run, man,
It was
and
a
they
great
should be
run.
proud of themselves, bro.
They should, but it does hurt, and so they're gonna. But you have this memory to hold on to, I guess, to be
exactly.
proud of.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You can't focus on. I mean, the loss hurts, bro, but you
Yeah.
still have a lot to hang your hat on, man.
Yeah, but so the Thunder ended up winning 103-91, and yeah, I think that's what was interesting watching it was because the Pacers again, you take Hallie out, they're still a really solid team, like because that's the strength of the Pacers. We know that they don't
Team
rely on
ball.
any individual;
Yeah.
it's team ball, and so I think that's why after the first half, it was still a 1-point game in Indiana's
Mm-hmm.
favor, was because they still were able to run so much of their system and still play their good defense and do all of
Yeah.
that. I think where things shifted is once you got into the second half and not having Hallie to be able to come in for those stretches and stretch the floor, increase the pace, do the playmaking that he does. Like taking that away, it did start to fall more on Indiana's role players, and they just weren't up for the task, man. You mentioned it. I mean, TJ, it was a stretch in the third where he literally was like 14 points straight.
Yeah. And not even just 14 points straight, but that third quarter, obviously, that ended the game for the Thunder and the Pacers. OKC's tenacity, bro. Like I was saying it last night when we were watching at Buffalo Wild Wings last night. And side note, that was a terrible,
So the
terrible
projector
experience.
didn't work, right?
Terrible experience. Never go to Buffalo Wild Wings for a Game 7. Terrible.
Were the wings good?
The wings are okay, but it took us about we ordered beginning of first quarter, got our food like right before halftime. So, but
was it packed?
it was not even. Anyways,
Oh.
all that to say, OKC, and we've said it all postseason, their defense is phenomenal.
Oh man,
Their
there were some moments.
tenacity,
in
the
yeah.
way they just like
Yeah.
rush you and blitz you once you get past half court. In the third quarter, man,
They had
that's all they were doing.
So many turnovers.
So many turnovers,
Yeah.
bro. And I think that really changed the game for them. And TJ Nash, and I say TJ Nash, TJ McConnell, but he's TJ Nash. I think he had 7 turnovers. He was just having stupid turnovers. I think OKC,
During that stretch of him
OKC
scoring,
as a team had 7, and TJ had 7.
Bro, the Pacers had 21 total turnovers.
And that's been the story. Like that happened game 1, game 2, like just
Yeah.
high turnovers, even with Hallie. But that third quarter, Charles, why? And this is what confuses me about Rick Carlisle, because he has spurts where I'm like, man, he's like one of the best coaches of all time. But then I see game 7 of the NBA Finals, third quarter comes, and while OKC's making this run, your best player on the team is just sitting on the bench, Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
Why is he not playing 48 minutes a night?
Now,
In a game 7.
Now, especially when Hallie goes out, I agree with you. Siakam should have never left the floor
Should not have.
because he didn't really have a great game. He was fine,
Still,
but he is
he's a
still your
difference
best
maker.
chance.
He is.
Now, I will say again, during that third quarter stretch because it didn't get to be a double digit until like near the end of the third.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's when the Thunder really started running away. So for a good bit of the third, when TJ was on his,
He was keeping him in, but it was still
Yeah.
ugly.
but he was still
ugly.
scoring. He was getting the
I
buck.
know, but there was a time where TJ was the only
or he got the ball and he would just drive to the cup and he
it's
would.
because, and you're setting yourself up for failure if TJ McConnell is your only focal point on offense.
No, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying if there's a stretch where you have a player who is getting buckets consistently for a stretch, I mean, you're not going to you want to keep that going.
No, of course, and I mean it was
But
consistent.
I do think there's a point to where you can't just you can't
Rely.
expect this is going to keep happening.
No, and
like get
that's
6,
not-
get 8, get 10, then timeout, put Siakam back in.
There was a lineup last night for Indiana where it was like TJ McConnell, Ben Shepherd, Tony Bradley, which I didn't even know he was on the Pacers.
He's made some
Like a 10-day contract or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I remember him at UNC. He was great on UNC. But Tony Bradley, Ben Shepherd, TJ McConnell, I'm like, why are these dudes in the game right now? Like, this is a game 7 of the NBA Finals. Ben Shepherd, bro, all due respect, that's not your game.
Yeah.
Tony Bradley, this is not your game.
Yeah.
And I remember they subbed out Tony Bradley, put Thomas Bryant in the game, and immediately he chucked up a 3 and bricked it. And I'm like,
He only played a minute.
yeah, he chucked up a 3 and bricked it. And I'm like, Carlisle, you're a great coach.
He might just be.
Pascal has to play the entire game. Miles Turner, you have to play 40 minutes a game.
Bro, Miles Turner.
Granted, he
now that
sucked.
we're on it, he had 6 points.
The whole finals, he was terrible.
But game 7,
I know.
6 points,
No,
dude.
bro, it's embarrassing. It is, and that
I mean,
hurt his
very
stock.
bad.
That hurt his stock.
I
bro.
wouldn't want Miles Turner on my team
I'll
after
still
that.
take him, but we'll get him for much cheaper now.
That's
I'll tell you
true.
that much.
But he played terrible. He only put up 4 shots.
Yeah, bad. But it wasn't just obviously game 7, but this was the theme for him the entire
I
postseason.
know, but it was just
Like, Chet and Hartenstein were just they were having their
I
way
know.
with him.
And Neesmith had a terrible game also.
Yeah, bro.
He
He
made-
had a terrible finals.
He made 1 shot.
He had a terrible finals.
One
like other
shot,
than that
just-
that one Knicks game where he hit
The
what
first
7
the
threes.
first one, yeah.
He like this
He was just
finals run
gone.
was very forgettable for Neesmith. Nemhard okay.
Now Nimhart played decent again. He gave you what he needs to give
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He had 15. He still played really solid defense on SGA.
For sure.
He did the whole
SGA
finals.
did not have a good shooting night.
No,
He didn't.
but like Neesmith played really
did.
excellent defense. I remember again in the Eastern Conference when he was playing the Knicks, Brunson had his way with him, but in that game 6, Nimhart had this turn where he played really great defense on Brunson,
Yeah.
and that carried into the finals. And he played really well against
1000%.
SGA. Like I was really impressed with his
He had a
defense.
pretty good.
So
finals run.
like, what I'm saying though is Nimhart gave you what you needed, right? And of course Hallie got out, and TJ gave what you needed off the bench. Give you
More
16
than
off
what
the
you
bench.
needed.
Dude, Mathurin had 24 off the bench.
Yes, he did.
So again, he was
minutes.
he was balling out. But what you can't have is Siakam only getting you 16.
No.
You can't have Neesmith only getting you 3, and you
No.
can't have Turner only getting you 6.
And you know what else you can't have? Who was I think he was their 3rd leading scorer this finals run? Obi Toppin.
He got an egg.
donut. A donut in Game 7, bro. I think the lights were just too much for him, but like that hurts. Obviously, you need something from Obi Top in this game, but
So yeah, I guess
above all of
our
that,
whole point is
Pascal. That was the biggest. Like
he was summoning he was summoning some demons game 6. What happened?
no,
He was doing his weird ritual stuff. It didn't carry over, I
I said
guess.
something last night. This is stupid, but like, I was like, that ritual, bro. They don't sacrifice my boy Hallie. Like Pascal knew what he was doing, bro. They don't sacrifice my boy Hallie for an L.
That's crazy.
Old Testament.
For an L.
They don't sacrifice.
That's so
my boy.
sad.
No, it hurt. It hurt to see. Like TJ Nash was the best player on the floor last night for the Pacers.
For the Pacers, yeah.
If they had won, I would have easily gave him Finals MVP.
I mean, he had a very it
I would have
was really good.
Easily gave him Finals MVP.
It was very, very good. Everyone was comparing him to who's the guy in the Mavericks when Rick Carlisle won?
JJ Barea.
Yeah, he was getting all these comparisons of just the way he was playing and
Better than JJ Barea, but
Just,
he's more on like the Dellavedova type.
yeah,
Delhi,
on the Cavs.
Delhi, the Curry stopper.
Yeah.
Delhi in his prime. Delhi.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. And again, you can make the argument too, right? Like these guys were, they lost Hallie, and he's the centerpiece that makes the offense flow.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like this is part of being in the game. This is part of being on a team. It's
It
part
is.
of having roles. You've got to elevate.
Yeah.
Because at any moment,
The moment
anyone can
has
be
to-
out, and it's like you've got to be able to step
You
up.
have to
and
realize that, like, the significance of the moment, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're in a Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a portion, I think, after the first quarter where I can't remember who the reporter on the sideline was, but they were interviewing Miles Turner, and she legit just asked him, how do you feel about Tyrese Halliburton going down with an injury? And it's like, first of all, that's a dumb question to ask. Like, they just watched their boy tear his Achilles, and you're asking this guy, like, how do you feel about your teammate?
What did Turner say though?
Huh?
What did he say?
I can't even remember. It was a good response though. He's like, I can't focus on that. Like, we need to.
Yeah.
Obviously, it hurts, but like, we need to focus on what we have right now and winning this game. Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that they played the replay, bro, like 100 times they kept playing the replay.
It was a lot.
I was like, bro, I don't need to see this pop anymore, bro.
It was a lot.
So stupid. Yeah, and
I know, that was a
that
terrible
hurt to
scene,
see.
bro. Of course,
'Cause he knew instantly.
instantly what happened.
Yeah, but not even the fact. I don't think he was crying from his Achilles tear. I think he was crying from like the moment. Like,
No, of course that's
Bro,
what
like,
it was. No,
I'm not going to be able to contribute anymore.
He's crying
for
because
my
this is
team in a Game 7.
He knows this very well may be his only shot at
Yeah.
winning a finals.
Yes.
No disrespect it's just the reality of
It
how
is.
hard it is to get to that stage. And so yeah, man, the weight of accepting that you're gonna have no more. You've done all you can do. That's such a tough pill to swallow, bro.
Man, it hurts, bro.
Such a tough pill to
It
swallow.
hurts. Like, my view of Hallie changed so much this postseason, bro.
No, I mean, I went through some waves. I really didn't like him for a while.
You were retired.
I really didn't like him. But after last night, how can you not have compassion on the guy, man?
Yeah.
You just want a recovery, and you hate it for him, bro. And again, you hate that. Yeah, we'll just never know what could have been.
Man,
And-
this is gonna go down. Like, our kids are gonna ask us, like, Dad, tell us about that
Yeah.
2024,
And again, I do
2025
think
Pacers
too,
team.
right on the flip side of it, this, if anything, really also showed how valuable Hallie really is to the team, right? Because even though, again, maybe he doesn't always score and does a lot, his presence, his playmaking, him moving the ball, like passing for other
gets the
people.
team going, bro.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to that too, where
Yeah, when
I
the
do
ball's
think
flowing, it's because Hallie's
Yeah.
driving. He's getting in the paint, getting just a touch in the paint, kicking it out. Like,
correct. So I
little
think this really
things.
speaks to that.
No,
Speaks to
it
that
definitely
too,
does.
because
But again, on the flip side of all this, Pastor Charles, shout out OKC.
bro, OKC,
Shout
they
out
showed up.
OKC.
Bro, I want to pull it up so I don't get it wrong. I saw this stat. I thought this was crazy. I wasn't expecting this. Do you know SJ and J-Dub combined for the most points since LeBron and Kyrie?
In a backcourt?
2016.
Oh, just duo in
Just
general.
duo in the finals.
Really?
They combined for 377. LeBron and Kyrie were 398.
Wow, that LeBron Kyrie backcourt though, that was insane.
So
Almost
I
400
thought that was
points.
that was kind of crazy.
No, that is impressive, especially given their age.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
at
don't-
that point, Braun and Kyrie were kind of vets. Like,
yeah, they were. These
You're
guys
getting
are
that
young.
from a 26-year-old SGA and a 22-year-old J-Dub.
Yeah.
And
It's impressive.
J-Dub had pretty stinkers in game 1, game 2.
Bro, J-Dub, yeah.
So, like, he turned it around, bro.
He did.
He had that 40 ball, game 5?
Mm-hmm. He averaged, where's it at?
He had one of the best, like, Robin performances
Yeah,
in
I
the
mean,
finals.
SJ averaged 30 points.
Oh.
J-Dub averaged 23. Yep.
Yeah, he showed up, bro. But it's really impressive to see the way he bounced back after games 1 and game 2. Because I feel like it'd be easy for you to kind of just like
Yeah, just
stay in
kinda-
that slump.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not hitting your shots, then you're scared to start shooting. Like he came out aggressive in Indiana game 3 and like never looked back. Game
Absolutely.
6, he had a little stinker. He didn't really do much, but I feel like that was just part of the NBA's plot. Like they wanted to get it to 7.
Yeah.
But
But
he
it was,
had
I
a
mean,
really good performance.
he did. I mean,
Chet stepped up game 7.
Chet played really well game 7. And that's the like Jay Williams, he didn't play super great game 7.
Yeah.
He scored 20. Even SJ, he scored 29, but their shooting was terrible.
No, I'm saying they did not shoot well at all. It was their defense.
Either of them played well
That
as far as
defense is
shooting.
one of them with-
But again, SJ still got to the line. He was 11 for 12.
Mm-hmm.
He had 12 assists. So he was still obviously contributing at a very, very, very high level, deserving the MVP. There's no
No,
question.
1,000%.
No question about that. But Jalen Williams, he wasn't. He had some streaks, man, where he missed multiple shots in a row. He was struggling. He went 7 for 20 on the field.
Yeah.
But again, still put up 20. He still did what he needed to do.
No, he had a solid game, man.
Dort had his stretches of scoring.
Yeah,
Only
that
had 9,
crazy
but he had his
three-pointer.
stretches. Hartenstein played good defense, got some boards.
Really
Chet
good.
played solid,
Chet-
18. Caruso showed up, bro. What was he hit? Was it like 3 threes in a row
Yeah.
when he came out? That was
Yeah.
insane, bro.
He was lighting
And-
it up, bro.
And Kaysen Wallace played a really great stretch of defense. That was part of that third quarter turnaround.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where you got
He's
like
so hyper,
multiple
bro.
steals and crazy
Like, I'm pretty
rebounds
sure he
in a
has
row.
ADHD.
It's because he moves like crazy.
He's just looked like he was
Yeah.
just a menace growing up.
Yeah.
But not even that. But Chet had 7 blocks. Do you have that? 7 or 6 blocks?
5.
5? Maybe him and Hartenstein combined had 7.
I mean, Hart didn't have any.
Oh, I see something.
SGA had 2.
Whatever. Hart or Chet played. There were stretches in that third quarter where he like carried that defense. Like he was getting blocks at the rim on people. Nobody was able to score in Indiana. Like TJ was their only.
Yeah. I mean, he
scoring
scored
option.
on Chet a few times.
Yeah, he
which
did.
was-
But other than
was
TJ,
insane.
like Chet was having his way down there. He was
Yeah.
getting to his spots, bro. He was in his dunker spots. He had because he was struggling this finals too.
He was.
He was struggling a lot. So
He
to
was.
see him bounce back in Game 7 too is really, really good.
Yeah. But I think that's, again, to your point, the Thunder didn't shoot. Again, they only scored 103. This
Yeah.
wasn't like
Their defense won them. the
this
game.
wasn't some kind of offensive juggernaut performance, but it
No,
was
not at all.
a really solid defensive showing.
Yeah,
They
and that was
put-
a story for them the whole playoffs.
Yeah, they
That
did what
and
they
this
needed
regular
to do.
SGA, I mean, bro, I tip my cap off to you, man. Regular season MVP, scoring champ, first team All NBA, Finals MVP.
I mean, bro, that's a
One of the most impressive seasons from a player in general, let alone a guard. Like
yeah.
one of the most impressive seasons ever.
It's yeah.
He is like, I mean, this isn't even a hot take anymore. He's the greatest Thunder of all time for sure. That's not a debate, especially now that they've gotten a ring. Now they've gotten a
Wow.
ring, nobody compares to shit.
Wow.
I would say Russ is second best, and then KD. But no, to get a team to the finals, which is what Kevin Durant, Russ, and James Harden did, they couldn't get him over the hump.
They couldn't. SGA did
SGA
it.
got him over the hump for the first since they moved to Seattle, or since they moved from Seattle.
From Seattle.
First championship.
First championship
No, he's the
in
best
Oklahoma.
Thunder of all time.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna argue with that. And I don't know enough about Seattle's history to pull that kind of data.
Nah, it don't matter. It don't matter.
It
And I
could.
think, but this might be off topic, but I've heard like even if they were to go expansion teams, that Seattle would be like the first team to get an expansion.
Oh, to bring the
team.
Sonics back?
Yeah, so I'm like, if that happens, then does that erase like their history with the Thunder? I don't understand how that would work.
No, because stuff like that happened with the NFL, where there'd be teams who were here and they moved. I'm not really sure how that
But
works.
like they
either.
were the Sonics and they changed to the Thunder, but then they're gonna bring the Sonics back, keep
Yeah.
the Thunder. I don't know. Either way,
It'd just be the Sonics.
either way,
history.
SGA best Thunder of all time.
No, I'm not gonna argue with you on that. But yeah, I think those are the takeaways, man. I mean, to sum it up again, SGA, he did his thing even with poor shooting. He still he scored. He made plays. He did his thing. And Siakam, I mean, brother, you just didn't show up.
No, he did not.
Turner
And,
didn't show up.
Sam Presti, he has to be up there now, like for the greatest GMs of all time,
Oh yeah.
right? Because
I mean, it's incredible moves what he did to get here.
yeah,
Incredible moves. Incredible.
and not even that,
drafting.
but like, I mean, obviously, I hate that OKC team never won a chip back in the day. That 2012 team, like that's another one of the biggest what ifs if they never just screwed up and blew that team up. But yeah, to form that team, assemble that team, again, this is a small market team we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Like OKC is a small. They're not a big free agent destination team at all. So he's just been able to cultivate such like crazy super teams just by drafting. Just by drafting and making good trades, taking on bad contracts, getting first-round picks.
Trading Paul George for SGA.
Like, we didn't even realize that.
No one would have known.
Right?
That
Like, that Paul
maker.
George trade just won the Thunder a championship. And when that happened, I was thinking that they were setting the Clippers up for, like, a little dynasty.
Yeah, and you thought the Thunder were just going full rebuild. But
right?
Yeah.
Bro, insane job by St. Presti.
Yeah. And so, I mean, this kind of leads us into next season then, right? So, looking at this, just focusing on the Thunder, obviously we know the last, 8 years now? Not the season's over. No repeat, or 7 years. No repeat.
Different champions.
What are the chances of the Thunder doing it?
Yeah, I would still say, I mean, it's not high that they can repeat because that Western Conference is just so loaded.
Yeah.
And the NBA in general is just crazy talented. And the West is getting better. Obviously, Cooper Flagg's going to Dallas. San Antonio's got the second pick. So, like, the West is just getting better as we speak. KD is still in the West, but still got traded to the Rockets. Like,
we'll get to that.
Yeah, we will. I just spoiled it. Anyways, that West is no joke.
They probably know.
I would hope they know.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
I saw clips. There was some like Fabletic sports event over the weekend.
Fest.
And KD found out about the trade while he was on the stage.
I saw that.
That's insane.
That was cool. His reaction was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, I mean, I would still say they're probably the favorite to get out of the West, but I wouldn't say that it's likely that they repeat. I just think, like I said, the West is getting better. Obviously, like Minnesota's still there.
I mean, the things they have going for them,
there.
though, is their youth, their defensive tenacity.
Yeah.
And, again, with the youth, the development of these players.
1,000%.
And so it's not like they're in a place to where, like, it wouldn't be, no one's going to look back and be like, wow, I can't believe they repeated.
Oh, of course
like,
not.
if they get to that spot again, it's.
But I don't even think, I don't think they're at the level of a Boston last year. Like, after Boston won the chip, I was confident to say that
they were
another
dominant.
Chip. Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. The Thunder had a great regular season, but they weren't to be honest, as dominant as I was expecting them to be in the playoffs and in the finals. Of course, they were against Memphis, right? I mean, they dominated the Grizzlies
for sure
in that first round. But outside of that, I don't know. I do think I was actually a little disappointed with some of the performances. And again, SGA was consistent all the way, so it's nothing on him. But the team overall, their defense is strong. But again, like we talked about, there's not actually as much consistency.
This
Correct.
offseason.
Correct. And so I could see that being. Now, again, if their defense continues to stay so strong to where that gives them the margin it makes the wiggle room for offense, then they could maybe do it. But that's the only thing. I don't think no one's looking back and saying this Thunder team is so dominant and loaded.
This is a dynasty loaded.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it's going to be
that.
that.
They're not on the level of
But
Boston last year.
again, based on how much they can develop into the next season, it could be.
Yeah, for sure.
It
I wouldn't be
definitely
surprised if I
could
see
be.
them get out of the West again and maybe win a chip. But again, they got pretty lucky with the injury bug this year, this postseason especially.
Man. I mean, they did.
They got pretty lucky with that. So, and I'm not saying that to wish them any injury luck next year,
reality.
But reality is somebody might get hurt. There's a chance that one of the top players gets hurt. So that'll definitely put a little sway into their chances. But the West is loaded, man. Dallas is still coming. San Antonio's loading up. Houston's loading up. Lakers loading up.
Let's
Denver's
move on
loading
then.
up.
Let's move on. Let's talk about your boy KD.
Let's do it.
So his trade happened. What was it on Friday? Sunday? No, it was Sunday.
It was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Overshadowed
What a day.
on Game 7. They probably should have waited a day just to
They wanted
break
to take
it.
the attention.
Right? They took the attention from them.
But so the Suns traded Durant to the Rockets. They got Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and the number 10 overall pick, and 5 second-round picks.
Yeah.
So quite the haul.
Quite the haul.
What's your quick grade for both teams in this trade?
Yeah,
Start with the Suns. What do you give
I'll give the Suns, and this is skewed because I don't think the Suns are done making moves. So for now, I'm going to give it a C. But I don't think they keep Jalen Green. I think
I've heard they're going to move him.
Right. I don't think you can keep Booker, Beal, and Green with
their
all
team
the same players.
Their team is 6 shooting guards.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they try to ship him for like a solid point guard because I think D Book wants to go back to the 2. But So it all depends on what they get for Jalen Green.
Yeah, bro. And I've been seeing so many things that Devin Booker wants out of Phoenix. I don't know how real it is or not.
Yeah, I've heard rumors a little bit about that too. But I mean, because you got to feel for D Book, bro. Like he spent his first 4 years just stuck in like purgatory where they were just picking top 3 like his prime years, and then he has like 2 solid years.
And the team is good,
right? Where they get to the conference finals, then they get Chris Paul, then they make it to the finals, and they ship off Paul.
Then they get
bring in
KD.
Durant, right?
Yep.
Like
KD and Beal, and it just leads to nothing.
and then that cultivates to nothing, and now it's like they're going back into rebuild mode again.
Yeah.
And I don't think you want that if you're D Book.
No, bro.
Like you're 28 years old.
He's
I
got
think
the talent. I mean, he's
he's in his prime.
top player in the league.
He is, bro. And it sucks to see his talent waste on a team that's just so terribly ran like Phoenix.
I know.
Terribly ran, bro. They had all the pieces together. That finals team with Chris Paul, Cam Johnson, McCall, and they blew it up for KD. Stupid trades, and Beal is another stupid trade. But so
C.
Yeah, I would say a C for now.
But depending on what they maybe do with Jalen Green,
if they keep Jalen, it's gonna be dirty because their games are all way too similar. And I said this initially when the trade broke. Jalen Green is a great player, and he's got potential, right? But he's not a needle mover.
He's not.
He doesn't take that team over the top at all.
He's not. And again, I think if you take Jalen Green, you're betting on the potential that he can become that needle mover.
Yeah,
because he's got the talent. He's shown the flashes.
Uber athleticism.
Yeah, like he could be that. It's just so we can move on to Houston. But I'm in the camp where I love this deal for Houston.
Yo.
I know they're getting some hate from people. Like, why are you paying? Why are you giving up so much for old KD?
They did not give up so much.
But you talk about, again, a difference maker and how great of a squad they already had. Right? Like, they had a really solid squad. And considering, if you just even take, like, Jalen Green's production being so up and down with KD, he averaged, what was it, like 26? 25?
50, 40, 90 shooting.
Yeah, like you just now take that, insert that into the lineup.
You substitute your number 1 scorer, Jalen Green, for Kevin Durant.
KD and his consistency.
Come on, bro.
And then Segun's only gonna get better.
What are we talking about?
Thompson's only gonna get better. Like
The
it's
fact, Charles,
just gonna
the fact
elevate.
that they were able to keep Sengun, Amen, Jabari,
all of the guys that they really believe
Breed
in.
Shepard, Tari Eason.
I mean, it's
like,
great.
When you look at it
Fantastic
from that
move.
view,
It's a great move.
They gave her the 10th pick. That 10th pick, look at this team. He was going to get no playing time.
Yeah, no,
right?
it's a great move.
It's
Seriously,
a great
I think
move.
Houston gets an A for it.
I definitely agree.
I want to give him an A plus, but I give him an A.
I would give him an A, man.
Yeah.
I just think that team is built for a Kevin Durant. Like, this is probably probably since like that beginning Brooklyn team, I would say this is the best team he's played on since then.
It's gonna be good.
Like, starting wise,
It's going to be a really
bench
good
unit
team, man.
included.
It's going to be exciting to see.
That's his best team.
How they work together, how everything ends up playing out.
Oh, it's going to be great, bro. The
But I do
development of
think-
Amen, bro, because he's obviously one of the best young players in the NBA. So the development of him
Athlete-wise,
with KD, so we could learn from KD, get his jump shot rhythm. Can you imagine?
If he gets it, if either of the Thompson brothers gets the jump shot.
Oh, it's over for the NBA. It's over. So like,
good.
this is just a perfect fit for them.
Yeah.
And I know you touched that a couple episodes ago where you were like, if they could get KD, make the move. And I was on the camp of like, if you can get Giannis, make the move. I didn't say that.
Oh yeah,
But I didn't. You did say it.
Yo, let's show the clip. I called this. Extra point.
Again, it was still
community. I called this.
Houston
man.
was one of his top destinations. Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I said they should do this. I think it makes a difference.
It is a really good trade, and that, like I was talking about with the Thunder, this Western Conference is just so loaded.
I mean, it's gonna be loaded, bro. You look at the top teams in the West.
So loaded.
Again, Thunder's still gonna be there, but the Wolves are gonna be back with a vengeance. Now, of course, we're talking about the Rockets are gonna be there. The Warriors, I don't think so. I think they're falling off.
No, they are. Lakers.
But the Nuggets are gonna be back. The Lakers are going to be back and
Antonio.
developed. San Antonio's only going to get better.
Oof.
To your point, we really don't know. The Mavericks might
Oh, they'll make noise.
like
I can see
they
them
they
definitely
could
being in
make
the
a lot
playoffs.
of noise now. So the West it's not a joke. It's going to be tough for any of those
It
teams. But having a KD when you have the opportunity to get a KD, I don't care what he's at his age. You can get him.
He's still a top player, top 10 player in the NBA
He's still averaging over 20 points a game.
on good efficiency.
It's like, man, you take that.
Yeah,
You take
1000%.
that.
I
you
mean,
put
this
that in.
Rockets team just pushed the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, Curry was hurt to a Game 7, like in the semifinals. So, like, if you add a Kevin Durant to this team,
Oh, they would have. Yeah.
I can see them winning the conference finals for sure.
Now, here's an interesting, funny fact. You mentioned the Thunder Big Three, your favorite from 2012. all of them have now been on the Houston
Yeah,
Rockets
that's crazy. Traded to the Houston Rockets.
at different times.
That's absurd to me.
It's kind of weird.
It's some weird. The NBA is on some weird conspiracy stuff right now, bro. I don't like it.
I don't know what it means, but it's weird.
I don't like it. But
Yeah.
that is so funny to me. Like, obviously, James Harden, before he even reached his prime, traded to
Yep.
Houston for, who was it? Kevin Martin,
I can't remember.
not Serge Ibaka, some draft picks that turned into some people. And then, obviously, Russ getting traded to Houston with James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was still at his peak. He was averaging triple-doubles in Houston.
Russ was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 seasons in a row. And now you get KD. That's crazy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We're taking a break from the sports for a quick moment to give you this week's extra point.
Not quick.
Yeah, we always say that. And it's not quick. You're right. I think I called you out on that one time.
Yeah,
too.
you called me out.
So we're going to take a as long of a moment as needed to jump into God's word. And, Pastor Justin and I were talking, and obviously we're living in, the world goes in waves, and we're definitely in a very high, just tense time of our culture and our world, right? Last week, there was those riots in LA. We're having all this stuff just in America with government. We had the Iranian bombings going on this past weekend, and it's just a high stress time. And you're seeing all these rumors, right, about is World War III going to happen, and this and that. And again, we're not at all trying to speak into any of that. This is not meant to be political at all. But we do want to pastor into that and kind of just speak spiritually from the Bible for a moment, because the New Testament, the Scripture as a whole, makes it clear, right, that Jesus is promised to return and usher in the new heavens, the new earth, and eternity. And one of the verses, and there's a lot of scripture that points to this, that shows to this, but one of the verses that I always get reminded of that just always brings great encouragement to me was something the Apostle Paul says in 2 Corinthians.
Yes.
And he just kind of speaks to this reality of not just because Jesus is coming back, he speaks to the reality that then that means everything we're living in right now is temporary, right? And so it's this encouragement of, while we're living in this temporary world and there's crazy things that are going to go on, it's just that, like, it's temporary. So he gives us this charge, and I love what he says at the end of 2 Corinthians chapter 4. He says, so our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And I just think it's a good encouragement, man. Again, it's not trying to make light, being like, yeah, this stuff is just temporary, don't care about it. It's not that at all. But it's just meant to shift the focus of our heart to understand, like, if Jesus is who he says he is, and if Jesus really is coming back and he's going to bring with him and usher with him eternity, that those who are in him we're all going to go live into that. Like, if that really is our reality, that should daily change the way we're seeing the world around us, right?
Very true.
What you think about that? I mean,
no, that's amazing. And it's very true, that point that you mentioned at the end there. Like, if we truly believe the words that he's saying in this verse, and if we truly believe that at the end of all of this, we are going to be with the Father, then even in situations like we're in today, and in extreme cases, I feel like it gives me peace.
yeah,
Right? Even though the world feels like it's at crap right now, even though our outside circumstances are things that we're dealing with on a worldly level feel like they are leaning more towards a downhill slope, I view it, like, based off of that verse, as an uphill slope, because it means that we are sooner going to be with our Father.
Right.
And while we're only on this earth for a short period of time compared to what we're going to be in heaven, that in itself, I feel like, gives me a sense of comfort, stability, that, listen, while I love this life that I live on this earth. I love being able to do this podcast with Charles.
Yeah.
I love being able to go home and play video games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of all of this, we are going to,
It's all temporary.
on the day of judgment, we are going to be, with the Father.
Yeah.
And with that truth, I feel like that is so underrated in a sense that it's not talked about enough.
Right.
Because, a lot of times when a lot of the verses, or even just sermons that I'm hearing and things that people are saying, like pastor-wise, when it comes to what we're dealing with today, is a lot of it is like, rely on Jesus, he's your peace. While all of this is true, like, and giving us verses on how to combat all of that, while our defense should be like, obviously getting our word and we do everything we can to just like encourage the people around us, to let them know that like, no, you're loved, like it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Peace I leave with you. Peace. This is the one thing I leave with you. I feel like this is something that probably should be spoken on a lot more. I feel like the theory or the idea of us going to be with the Father sooner than later is probably scary to people. And I think that's probably why it doesn't get touched on enough.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's very interesting.
No, and I think to your point, like to me, this is part of the reason why Jesus offers that peace, and he's the source of that peace, because in him are these truths that end of the day, he wins, he holds it all in his hands, and we are going to be exactly what God intended us to be, right? In his presence forever. Yeah. And so it takes away all that fear of, okay, like worst case scenario, World War III, everything goes crazy. Oh my gosh. It's like, all right, like, yeah, my life on this earth may end. Yeah. But it's just for true life to begin. Wow. And so it just changes your perspective. I know. Right? And I think it's like, I mean, we're not ring chasing, man. I was trying to think of something corny to say.
No, but that's a good point. And even like going along with like today's episode, I just feel like, well, actually, I was going to say something corny too. I'm not going to say it.
Say it. What do you got? You got it?
No. But like the peace that like the world is offering us, that goes along with World War III and just everything that's going on in today's world. Like the peace that they're offering us is obviously just, it's conditional, right? It's circumstantial.
It's a temporary peace.
Yeah,
it's built off
temporary. It's like dependent on like safety, success. But the peace that Jesus is offering us is unconditional, right? Man, it's like this is internal. This is a truth that we have. And there's nothing that we can do that can separate us from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And most of all, it's rooted in God's presence. Yeah. And we
get full access to that right now, baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we took a little dark turn for this extra point, but like
this is good. This is where we're at.
See, I'm looking at it from like the view of everything else that I've been seeing. So even myself, like I think I know this extra point.
I got you.
Like I'm just this is kind of uncomfortable to talk about.
This is the world. I mean, this is where we're at. Yeah. We gotta be real. Like this is reality, and
that's good stuff.
Jesus speaks into it, man. So hey, I guess is our extra point. The simple takeaway is like, don't get like, pay attention. We want to understand what's going on, but ultimately, man, fix your eyes on Jesus. Yeah. And allow the reality of his presence, his promises, his goodness, his ultimate victory and power. Let that be the thing. The eternal realities. Let that be what you look for peace. Don't get caught in the trap looking for temporary stuff to give you peace, because it's not going to work. It might be momentarily, to Justin's point, but it's going to fail you. Yeah. So let's be a people who we look to Christ and we have that eternal perspective. Yeah. Yeah, no ring chasing.
It's a command, man. It's a command. Yeah. Let's look to Jesus.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but that's the world. So yeah, I mean, I love it.
Love the trade. Love the trade, Houston. Man. Love the trade.
Love it. So then let's look at the whole landscape then, East and West, right? We're kind of talked about the West a lot. So I guess we'll stay there. How then would you rate, just talk about top 5 in the West right now. Mm-hmm. We got to keep the Thunder at 1. Okay. But 2 through 5, given this KD trade, how do you kind of shake things up?
Yeah, I think it relatively stays similar to what it was this season, with the Thunder being the 2nd seed. I could see, or excuse me, not the Thunder, the Rockets being the 2nd seed. I could see them being the 1 seed for sure. I could see Minnesota being the 3 seed. We just talked about Minnesota, Rockets. I'm going to put my Lakers in there selfishly, but I think they're going to have a good offseason and make some really good moves. So I would put them in top 5. Lakers were just a 3 seed. Minnesota, Lakers. Nuggets, yeah. So I would say those are comfortably the top 5 teams.
Because I couldn't see, I know you mentioned San Antonio a few times. I don't see them getting into that
threshold yet.
No,
I think they're probably one more offseason away.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't see them
I would have loved KD on the Spurs.
I think that would be too much length. I don't think that might have been illegal, bro. I don't think the NBA could have handled. Don't be like that. But I mean,
that would have been awesome to watch, though.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Wemby with KD on that team.
That would have been crazy.
Oh my gosh! The Spurs have so many interesting options this offseason. What they're going to do, because obviously we're going to talk about it a little bit, but the draft being Wednesday. Yeah. It's going to be a really interesting offseason for the Spurs. But yeah, there are a couple offseasons the way I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree.
if they're going to let their people develop.
Yeah, but I think that definitely is the top 5 in the West. And so
Right.
looking at the East then and considering Tatum's injury, Hallie's injury,
Dame's injury.
like the East just kind of keeps getting more and more wide open again. And so how would you kind of rate top 5 teams
No,
there?
I want you to rate them because that's your. I want you to.
I mean,
include your bias.
I think you have to. The Cavs have to be number 1. Just because again they're coming off having the best record in the East.
Yeah.
Having that team, they're going to retain a lot of their squad. I think you got to keep the Cavs there, and I do think the Knicks have a right to be the second best team in the East right now for how far they got, and just the synergy of their teams is only going to get better.
They're going to end up having like
From
Pablo
there,
Prigioni as their head coach.
Hey, I'll take Pablo. It's better than nobody right now. From there, I mean
Pablo.
Bro, from there the East is. I mean, it's literally wide open now.
I mean, you obviously have the Orlando Magic.
But yeah. I mean, they're there. That's what I'm saying.
There with that
but
trade
like
with Desmond
saying
Bain.
who, it's all open, bro. Because they're there.
The Hawks. What?
They're not in that conference.
They are definitely in that
They're
conversation.
not next to the Magic.
No, bro. Huh? No.
The
Sixers are below.
Sixers, if Embiid and Paul George figure out their health.
Nah, man. No, I like the Hawks next year. Obviously, if they're gonna keep Trae Young, I think. But what's his name? Their power forward that got hurt towards the middle of the season, who was like on pace to be most improved player. What's his name? Somebody give me his name.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
Is he a foreign national dude?
No, he's on a national. But obviously, that's Reece Shea, number 1 pick last year. Development of him.
Yeah.
He's got an off season. Huh? No, not Onyeka Okongwu. That's the center. Hawks. Power. I can't believe y'all are making me do this, bro. We have 3 people back there behind the camera,
this is
man.
crazy.
What y'all doing?
Don't go shopping. I just saw the screen. He's buying pants. Come on,
Jalen
man.
Johnson, bro. Jalen Johnson. He like was averaging like 18 and 9 for them, and
Yeah.
he's young forward. Yeah,
But-
19 and 10.
yeah, and they
bro.
know they
He's
could,
averaging
again.
19 points, 10 rebounds,
I'm
5
saying, that's what I'm
assists.
trying to argue is the East is wide open.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
it is.
think I think the Knicks and Cavs are going to be the 2 best.
Yeah.
But outside of that, again, the Magic are going to really make a push with this new acquisition of Bane.
Yeah, we're gonna make a big push.
To your point, yeah, the Hawks, sure, they why not? I mean, they can. Like, why not?
They can.
But like, who else is even like the Bucks? Whatever happens with Giannis, if he stays, if
Yeah,
not,
they'll be a playoff team. I can see the Celtics still making the playoffs.
Now, especially, yeah, the Celtics
Yeah.
could make it now.
Pistons, hold on, Pistons.
Oh, that's true. Pistons are to me the Pistons are right there next to the Magic
Yeah,
for like
sure.
these young teams that
But
are
they're
just going to
still
keep
a
developing.
shooting guard away.
Now, yeah, the Pistons. I would love to see them try to make some kind of move
What if-
still.
What if they were to bite the bullet and make a trade for Bradley Beal?
It could. If to me the potential could be worth it.
I would actually like Bradley Beal on that team.
It's just what you'd have to give up.
I don't think his value right now is much.
But still, just odds are the Suns would want some of the young guy, and it's just a matter of
No, not for Bradley Beal.
they're gonna want the best return they can get.
No, they're trying to get off of that contract. He's getting close to $50 million a year.
I guess that's true.
So they're
I'm not
fine just
considering
getting
that.
rid of him, to be honest.
That's
You should
true.
probably give him like a
Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway, maybe like a second, and I'm sure they would jump at that.
Yeah.
So I would like Bradley Beal low key in that offense because he's an experienced veteran two
Yeah, and he
guard
would bring
who
a
can still
consistent
average a
spark.
dub.
Yeah.
He could still put up 20 points a game, which is what Cade needs. Somebody else to like unload the pressure of an offense.
Because he had
on.
no consistent. Again,
No, he
Tobias
didn't.
was his number 2.
Exactly.
You can't have that.
So that'd be an interesting offseason move. A Cade, Bradley Beal backcourt, bro. That'd be fun. And I think it'd give Brad life, bro, because his name is just getting squandered right now in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Like his legacy is just going downhill. So if he was to kind of get a second chance or third chance, in Detroit, I think that would be not only beneficial for them, but just for him as a player in this league.
Nah, man, that's valid. Could be.
Bradley Beal.
I mean, who knows if the Pistons
Bro,
want
they
to
need
take
to
that
make me the
chance?
GM.
Who knows if
I
they
need
want
to be a
take that
GM in
chance,
this league.
man? You were trying to say Trae Young should go to the Magic. Remember you said that?
I mean, you're telling me that Magic team wouldn't win the championship?
no, that's a great ad. I'm just saying.
You
It
telling me
didn't
that?
happen. Did it
It
see
still
it in the
can
cards?
happen.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think the NBA will be fun. Like again, the draft will be interesting. We'll see how summer league goes. The October will be here in no time when the league starts again. And so we'll see how things end up shaking up. But I definitely
good
feel
week for the
I
NBA.
feel good about my Knicks. I still do. I think
You got
the
any
East-
draft picks?
Huh?
Do you have any? You don't have any draft picks.
Second round.
We just heard the Thunder have the 14th and the 25th pick, 24th pick. This
Bro, they're set, man.
They have the 14th pick. That's just crazy to me. And you know what's crazy? We're going back and forth here now, but back to that Houston-Phoenix trade. Houston gave them the 10th pick, which is Phoenix's original pick to begin with. But the fact that they got to keep, they have 2027 Phoenix first-round pick. They got to keep
Houston
that.
does.
Yeah, which is very interesting because I'm pretty sure 2027, especially if the Suns keep going the way they're projected, that's going to be a valuable pick.
Yeah.
That's going to be a super valuable pick.
You're surprised that they weren't trying to demand that.
Right? I would want my pick back, especially if I know I'm going in a little rebuild mode right now.
Especially like the 10th compared to what could be again a top 3 lottery. Like you don't want to.
No. Yeah. We'll see.
That's a good take, man. But we'll see. So I mean, I feel like I've said this the last few episodes. I'm ready to close the door on NBA for right now.
That closed the door last night for sure. In a sad fashion, man. Prayers up, Tyrese.
100%.
Prayers up. Rest up, man. You ain't gonna play ball for a long time.
100%. But we'll see, man. Yeah, that's fine. So just real quick, just as we close it. Tell us who's the finals next year?
Huh?
Who's in the finals next year? You're gonna go crazy and say the Rockets and the Magic?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to say Lakers and Celtics.
Oh my gosh! No
I just want an interesting finals matchup, but like box office. The NBA needs it.
It will finally get Wolves and Knicks. What should have been this year.
That'd be fun.
We'll get that next year.
That'd be fun.
What should have been.
Yeah.
The finals that never were.
That'd be fun.
Brunson will get MVP.
Cat Randall revenge series.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That'd be fun.
It'd be great.
Shout out Hartenstein though, past Nick getting a chip.
Hey, he did. You know, when it came to the conference finals, you had a former Nick in every team across the league because
Hold on, let me think of him real quick.
Because the Wolves had.
Hold on, obviously they had Randall,
Vincenzo,
and Dante.
Yep. The Thunder had Hartenstein.
Hartenstein.
The Pacers had Obi.
Let me get there, man.
He wasn't gonna get it, and the Knicks, of course, were the Knicks. So there was a little bit of something to cheer for everywhere.
No, it is. Shout out, y'all.
But that's over now.
Lakers had somebody win a chip, Caruso.
But we almost missed this, man. It's kind of been blown up everywhere. But LeBron on that podcast with Steve Nash, talking about ring chasing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of we could talk about that for a moment. His quote is, "Championships aren't the only measure of greatness," and from my understanding, he's getting a lot of backlash from this because people are labeling him as a big ring chaser. And so,
he kind of started the ring chasing.
Yeah, and I would agree with that too. What's kind of your thoughts on that? Is there anything even to talk about? Is it whatever? Is it
it is something to talk about because it's LeBron, and whenever LeBron speaks, we got to cover it. Of course, it's the best player ever. So, keep going. No, obviously, like what we just mentioned, it's interesting that he has this view because he is the one who initiated the ring chasing era when he went to Miami back in 2011. Which seems like, wow, that was 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And I think too.
Oh my God, we're getting old.
It's one thing to say this, like it's one thing to say this when you're young and like maybe haven't won a ring or won one ring.
Yeah, bro.
But it's another thing to say this when you're at the end of your career and he's lost how many finals? Six finals. Like from that perspective.
Yeah, that's what probably puts a bad stain on it. And I think. If he had more rings than MJ, I don't think he would be saying this. I don't think at all. I think
you think he knows.
Yeah, the GOAT talk is getting to his head, and I think
he's ending his career. He's going to have less rings.
Much, and he's trying to probably just.
I mean, he'll be lucky. He'll be lucky to get one more, if we're honest.
He will.
With how much time he has left, like he will be. Yeah. It would be incredible if he gets one more ring.
He probably will next year, so that'll put him closer. But I think that kind of hurts, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because I know that probably for a fact, if he had more rings, he would not be saying that. So, like, it makes me feel a little bit like, bro, you're just...
Yeah, it's just like
you're accepting defeat as the GOAT. You know?
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue with him being 4-6, man.
Yeah. No, we're not having a GOAT debate on this podcast.
I'm just saying that's interesting.
We're not having a GOAT debate on this podcast.
We don't have to. We'll save it for later.
Kobe's the GOAT.
But to LeBron's point, there's obviously tons of players who are great who never won a ring. Like, no one's arguing with that. No one's arguing with that. It's just him saying it.
Yeah. Like I can understand a Chris Paul saying that. I can understand a James Harden saying that. A Charles Barkley.
Yep.
Obviously, because they don't have a ring, so they're going to say that. But, bro, you started the ring chasing era. You have 4 rings. You even initiated it in LA to an extent, like making sure they went to get
AD.
Anthony Davis.
Yep.
Like, you benefited. All of your rings were except for the Cleveland one. Not even because he had them trade the number 1 pick for a Kevin Love. So like,
got rid of Wiggins.
all of your rings, you have benefited from the ring chasing term or whatever that even means. To be honest, like you've never gotten a homegrown ring where you've been able to sit there like the Thunder this season, where they drafted all their players and like.
Well, that's what ring chasing means. Ring chasing means you're disregarding loyalty and maybe even what you want, what's best for whatever, and you're just doing whatever it takes to put yourself at the spot to win the ring.
Yeah, and it's not even like that. I don't think it should be viewed in a negative aspect. Like, I think you should want to win
for
rings.
Sure.
And obviously, that like loyalty in today's NBA is nowadays it's just non-existent. Like you have your few people, but like. The day and age that we're in today, the argument for every GOAT debate is rings. So I don't think you're wrong for doing everything you can to get a ring. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's just hard, and you know, man, it's just hard not to. Because when you think of ring chasing, like you think of KD leaving the Thunder and going to the Warriors.
Yeah,
like that's what you think of, and that it's impossible for that not to carry a negative stigma and a bad taste.
No,
with
it should.
That's all. And I think, again, to your point right now with OKC, to look back in your career and not have that nasty smell to it, like that's what you want.
Yeah, 1,000%.
That's what you want. Because if not, now everyone's going to look at your career and there's going to be these, like, yeah, you won this many rings. Yeah, you did this. But
I know. Like, and I hate that. I really do. Because.
But it's a reality.
It is a reality, but I hate that it's a reality. Because even if you look at that 2018 Warriors team, they don't win that ring without Kevin Durant. Sure. He drove that boat. Like, he drove that offense. He obviously 2-time Finals MVP. So, like, and that gets overshadowed by his decision to join Golden State.
Well, and again, for him, that's a specific instance. But again, like with Golden State beating the Thunder and then him going to for him,
they were up 3-1 on Golden State. Obviously,
like that added to that narrative.
But still, like he was the best player in the world. I feel like during those 2 years,
stretch, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it just gets overshadowed, bro. Like, and a thing for me, I've said this on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. Like, the players get all of the flack for. I'll just use Kevin Durant in this instance. He gets all the flack for joining that team, but Golden State never gets. They don't ever get talked about for like. They making the call. You guys just almost blew a 3-1 lead to this dude. Or you just blew a 3-1 lead in the finals, and you're over here calling Kevin Durant to join your team. Yeah. But they don't say anything about the Warriors team. It's always Kevin Durant, right? So, like, that in itself.
Yeah, because he's the one that chose to do it.
But they initiated it.
They did.
You heard all the reports. Draymond in his car crying, calling KD, bro, we need you on our team. We need you. Yeah. So, like, he accepted it, but like he didn't.
I know. I understand both sides of that, but that is a reality of ring chasing, and it's like it's your point with LeBron. Like it's everyone will always he'll always be in the GOAT conversation. That's never going to change. He's always going to be an incredible player, one of the best ever, if not the best ever. But his legacy will always have these caveats to him. Yeah. Of man, but he went to made that big 3 in Miami, and he went to chase it in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He went to chase it in LA. Like it's just impossible for that not to.
I know. It's
not stupid. To carry it. As opposed to some of these other players, like your Kobe, right?
Yeah.
Who just did his thing in LA.
Like your Kobe, like your Dirk, like your Tim Duncans.
Yeah. Giannis. Like the Duncan. Yeah.
All of them.
So it's just like you look at those careers, there's no bad smell to it. Mm. Like Duncan and Kobe, it's just pure greatness.
Yeah.
We look at LeBron.
But there was a stint though, which thank the Lord this never happened. I think where after Kobe the 04 season or 05 season, where Kobe
he was trying to get out.
For a trade.
Yeah.
He was trying to get out. Thank the Lord they didn't grant him the trade. That would have
but there's just something to that, man. And I don't know if that's just like us as individuals, like just how we all instinctively just value loyalty, and there's something to, you know what I mean, like just loyalty and underdog, and not
and
just
I know
going
that was
for what's easy. Like maybe that's even what's behind all of it, you know. What were you gonna say?
I know that was Dame Lillard's whole thing forever. When
Staying
he was
in Portland,
like,
yeah.
nah, I ain't going nothing. Then like,
Yeah.
I'm loyal, bro.
I mean,
Like,
because it's
I ain't ring
honorable.
chasing.
But to your point, end of the day, though,
At what point?
Again, I think we can say that's what we just said to Devin Booker right now. It's almost like, I guess it reaches a point to where the world grants you permission. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Where it's like, Booker, you've got to go.
Yeah, that's
man.
true.
Like,
That's true.
Your loyalty
There
now
has
is
to be
to
a
your
point where
fault.
you have to value like yourself, bro, and recognize that this team
Like, it's not good
is
for you.
not going
Yeah.
anywhere.
It's
at
it's
all.
literally going to hold back
Yeah.
your your legacy,
Yeah.
what you could be doing. And so there's just some of those weird unspoken things, I think, man, that comes to it. And it's the same thing in the NFL. Like, it's the same thing in any sport, right? There's just something about, that loyalty and chasing stuff, man. But
Oh man, I think Bron. Interesting comments, brother.
it's weird.
Interesting comments.
Maybe he just wanted Steve Nash to feel better.
You don't watch this pod, do you?
I just see clips. I haven't watched the whole
That's a
thing.
good pod.
Yeah.
But even on this KD train, just bring this up really quick. Like, this is now that him going to Houston, this is his 5th team that he's played for in the NBA, and I feel like that's just
Because he went from Thunder to Warriors to Brooklyn to Phoenix to
yeah. I don't know how that sits in my stomach. But with KD, I don't view him from the lens of a GOAT debate like a LeBron, Kobe, MJ. I view him from the lens of like he and everybody that he plays with. I see it in reports all the time. Like, he is just a hooper, and he loves to hoop. Like, he loves to win, but like above everything else, he just wants to play ball. So like, I personally don't really think of it in any regards to affecting his legacy or anything like that. But like, what are your thoughts on that?
Again,
Like,
I think it goes to the same thing with the ring chasing. Just whenever a player moves that much, again, it's just hard for it not to carry its own label and stigma.
but like even what you mentioned before this, like the whole, at this point, we know Phoenix is not doing anything to help him. Like, they just keep making bad moves after bad
and
move.
again, I think once you've done it, like right now, once you've done it as many times as he's done it, and considering the age he has at his career,
Who cares, right?
it's just kind of like
It is what it is.
I think like it's almost like, again, it's kind of like he's like one of the old men in the league now, and so it's like, man, go take your last swing.
You deserve to like ride out your last swing on
like
a
go take
contending
your last
team.
swing on a contender. Have fun, develop some young guys. So
Yeah.
I think it's just in different light.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone who's in their prime. It's just a totally different dynamic to it. Or again, like a Devin Booker who is in his prime, but like he's been suffering too long and he needs to be freed. It's not like what Dame was in Portland. Like he was in his prime and like he needed to get out of there. And we could argue same with even Giannis right now. Like, I don't think, like, if he were to leave, like, I don't think he would really get that much hate for it. You know what I mean? Because of like just where Milwaukee's at as a team, what they're doing. Honestly, again, I think it's great if he stays there for the legacy argument. And the fact that he has a ring already really helps with that. Like, if they never won that, I'm sure he would be leaving.
Yeah.
You know, but him having that already really makes it a lot, I think, easier. But
That's true.
I think it's all those different elements to it that change it. And I think, like, again, like LeBron leaving the first time without having a ring, that's what puts a bad taste with it. KD leaving, that's what puts before the ring. That's what puts a bad taste to it. You know what I mean? As opposed to
because they got to either the finals or the conference finals, so they got to the point. It wasn't like they were just living in a Devin Booker land where it's just purgatory, not making playoffs.
Yeah, but Bron's first Cavs team, they weren't.
But they
the
still
best.
made the finals.
They did, but they weren't the best.
No, of course not. They're known for that. But he still made the finals with that team. So it's a little bit different than if a Devin Booker or those types of players who are just LaMelo Balls type players.
Yeah, man. No,
Trae
it's
Young.
very different. Jalen Brunson's.
Yeah, no,
He's not going
anywhere. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
What if a new coach fires his daddy though?
I mean, if that's the secret ingredient for Brunson's success, then don't do it. But if not,
that's interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, well, let's hit up just a few NFL things, man, as we wrap up today's show. For anyone who cares, I don't know if you care, but Travis Hunter, he got it was like the most guaranteed rookie money for a not quarterback position, which is interesting.
Travis.
I mean, he got $46 million fully guaranteed, $30 million paid up front.
Wow.
And that was the most ever for a non-quarterback. So I'm sure he had to have impressed. At rookie camp for the Jags to hand over that kind of a bag.
That's awesome, bro. Shout out to him. Shout out Travis.
Yeah, and I've heard he's been playing really well.
Yeah, I believe in him. I actually love Travis Hunter, so I hope he has success in the NFL.
Yeah.
I
Do you
really
think
do.
it's gonna he'll hurt or help Brian Thomas's stock?
I don't think he'll help it for sure. I think he'll help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having another option there where he won't get doubled as much.
Yeah.
He'll be able to be a decoy at times for Brian Thomas and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think they just help each other.
It really all comes down to Trevor Lawrence
Exactly.
being a loser or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Tank for Arch Manning.
Which we'll see. Yeah. Other big thing was Jair Alexander signing with the Ravens. I feel like that's
big.
like one of those low key. That's like flying under the radar, but
That's like a Rams getting Jalen Ramsey type of move.
Correct.
Ended up winning the Super Bowl.
No, correct. Like that's a really big time move because Jared, he's really good on the Packers.
Still a top cornerback.
What was even the reason why? Is it just
he just wanted more
he wasn't
money.
vibing? He wanted more money.
He wanted more money. They didn't
he
want
wasn't
to give
getting
him that
along
much
with.
money.
Okay, so that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So bro, them getting that because you got to think they got was it Marlon Humphrey?
Mm-hmm.
He's legit. Who's the Notre Dame safety? Number 14. Kyle Hamilton. He's legit. Who else is in that defensive backfield?
I can't remember. But they got dogs back
I feel like
there.
they got
for sure.
yeah.
He's a linebacker.
He's a linebacker, yeah. But I'm saying that
They've
second,
got dogs. Yeah.
they got us because their defense already was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ravens, I feel like they always have a great defense.
Mm-hmm.
But getting Jair Alexander, bro, I mean,
Yeah, that's a good move for them, bro.
and
And it was cool because Lamar, like a couple of days before that, I think had that press conference where
he
they
was like
asked
saying
him
he wants
because they went to college together back in Louisville.
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, go get my boy.
Yeah.
And they got him 2 days
Yeah.
later.
So I mean, I like this a lot for Baltimore, bro.
I like it too.
I mean, bearing any injuries and setbacks and stuff. I mean, I feel like this is one of those low key, to your point with Ramsey, big time moves that
could end up resulting.
because you got to think the Ravens have been so close for the last 2-3 years, so close. And sometimes, again, this is the little thing that, again, I still wish they would get a better receiver. Like I wish if I was the Ravens, like to me that still is the need.
Yeah.
You know, because they got D-Hop. Like that was their receiver splash they made, which is like
Trash.
yeah, which is like come on, man.
Yeah.
But this on the defensive end, bro, this is gonna this is a needle mover that'll win them some games and will make a big difference.
Shout out Baltimore, man.
Yeah, bro. The better that defense gets, the less weight it's on Lamar's shoulder, which is only a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, making that load lighter. So I like it for him. But speaking of Ramsey too, you know, he wants out of Miami.
Yeah, he does. Him and Tyreek.
Yeah, he's saying he wants to go to the West Coast.
Back to LA, probably.
Yeah, I think Rams will take him again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would.
And their defense isn't terrible. I mean,
No, I could see them picking Ramsey up again.
yeah.
But I mean, we have to kind of accept reality right now. Ramsey's not obviously the player that he once was. He's he's a little slow. Like I think he needs to make the transition to safety. Probably, I think in order if he wants to keep his NFL career alive and like actually be productive, I think making the move to safety would probably benefit him the most. Obviously, because you're not having to match up against these top receivers every day, these speedsters, because all these receivers are getting so fast.
They are getting fast.
So yeah, I think if he makes the transition to safety, he could still be a top contributor on a defense. But I could see him definitely going back to the Rams.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think the Rams they're contenders, bro.
Yeah.
Especially if they get Ramsey back. I think that does make a big. Maybe it'll be a Baltimore LA Super Bowl, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it won't be, but maybe it'll be.
But I'm just saying, Panthers have been kind of rumored to get him too.
Get out.
No,
Ramsey. I thought you were talking about Super Bowl right now.
Rumored to get Ramsey.
Why would he want to go there, though? Again, he's kind of.
Because our DC, Elijah, I think his name was Elijah Averill, was the DC for the Rams during their Super Bowl win when they had Ramsey. And
but wouldn't Ramsey
really
again
good relationship?
Kind of same thing with the whole KD thing. Wouldn't he want to just go to a contender and?
I don't know. He has a ring right now. I don't know if he's chasing money right now or if he's chasing success. I don't know what he's looking for. But if he wants both, then Carolina might be the spot.
Maybe. Who knows?
I look, you don't want him though. But I would like him to kind of take J.C. Horn under his wing. I think that'd be a really good vet for J.C.
Yeah, that's true.
Because J.C. is a top corner in this league when healthy. That's not up for debate at all.
It's just the when healthy caveat.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, he's got a lot of moments of just immaturity where he'll let things get to his head. He'd be a little hot head sometimes, which I remember Jalen was known for that in the beginning of his career. but having a vet like that in the locker room can only benefit that defense for sure. Yeah, he's at that point where he's veteran, so he's got to kind of view things a little bit different.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for NFL training
Come on,
camp
baby.
to really get going. I'm ready to watch preseason. I'm just ready to watch some football.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for college football.
That's why I brought up my
I'm
Giants
really
hat
ready for
today.
college
I'm ready.
football, though.
It's gonna be fun.
I'm really ready.
It's gonna be really
fun season, baby.
I'm ready for the new NCAA to come out.
Next July 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Oh, dude, we're grinding that game. We might start a gaming channel on
We should
Extra
play.
Point.
We should play right here. That'd be great.
I'll smack you
Play
on stream.
bro. Last time we played,
No,
I
we're not
beat
talking
you.
about that.
We will talk about.
All right, what we talking about next, Charles? What we got? What else we got? There's not a lot happening in sports, to be honest.
No, after that, it's kind of dry. Everything else is just like
The Red Sox lost.
Is all of our like projections and stuff. You know,
The Yankees they've been winning a couple games
they've
recently.
been doing okay. Yeah, they're still really
they're
good.
still in the lead.
They're still top
What
of
is
the
it?
East. Yeah,
What's their
second
division
seed.
called?
They're in the East. They're in the second seed, right?
They're the
Behind,
first seed.
No, in the American League, I'm saying they're second.
Oh yeah.
Like Detroit, are they number one?
Yeah. It's Detroit.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. But
What you got for
shoot,
me?
what was I about to say? They're rumoring Odell may come back to New York.
Bro, hang it up, man.
No way.
Hang it up.
He knows he needs like for
Hang
him.
it up,
for
bro.
him, he's not. That would just be a legacy thing. Just come to.
I would
New
like
York,
him to retire in New York.
play
for
one
sure.
more season.
Yeah, I would.
Because
Like
everyone
him to retire
loves
in New
him.
York.
Because everyone understands and this was different too. This has kind of been the theme of the show. I guess superstars leaving teams and all that. He never wanted to leave New York.
Okay.
Like it wasn't. He didn't force his way out. It was all Gettleman, our old your Panthers
Dave,
boy
I know, yeah.
that came and ruined New York.
Just like you ruined Carolina.
Dave Gettleman, bro. He is the one that he pushed Odell out, and so that changes things too. When a team literally ships you out against your will like that.
Yeah.
Like all of New York, we all still love Odell.
Yeah, I agree.
Like bro, we would if we're here to see him back
That-
playing next to Nabes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care that Odell's not the same Odell.
Yeah.
Seeing him next to Neighbors would just be electric.
I don't even think he would, even in their current wide receiver offense, I don't think he is better than a Wandale. I don't think he's better than a, what else you have?
Darius.
Jalen Hyatt.
And Darius, yeah. It's more just the kind of your point to Ramsey, but at a lesser level as far as what he can offer right
No,
now.
I
It's
can,
just what you bring to the locker room.
I understand that because it's very similar to what happened with Cam Newton. When Matt Rule got there, we released Cam Newton. We didn't even ask for it. We just released him. He went to the Pats, and then we brought him back for kind of like a one last run type of thing. And the whole city of Carolina, Charlotte, bro.
There's something special about it.
Oh, bro, it
Yeah.
was so beautiful to see. It really
And it's
was.
kind of like for us, I mean, Odell and Saquon will forever be those two that like
Saquon, yeah.
that they didn't want to leave. And the
Saquon
fans
was only
didn't
there
want him
for
to leave.
what, like 4 years?
Well, we drafted him and it was his first 5-6 years. Yeah,
No, was it really?
Yeah.
6?
I think it was 5
Wow.
because he missed a whole year. But it's something about when you draft a player, the fans love him. They don't want to leave. They both were quoted saying, "I want to be a Giant for life."
Yeah.
And the team sends. It's just it's a tragic.
Saquon's
thing.
different. He had success outside of New York. Odell never did.
Odell won a ring.
But that's true. He got hurt in that game, though.
Yeah, but he was killing it.
He was.
He was
I remember the end of that
he had
season.
He had a
was
crazy
going in
playoff
LA.
stretch.
Yeah.
He was
I
looking
remember
like
that.
prime Odell, and then he tore his ACL.
But it's different.
and-
It's different than the run that Saquon just
No,
had.
no doubt. No doubt. But But if you want to win a Super Bowl, let the Giants draft you, have a few good
Crazy.
years, and then we'll release you, and then you're guaranteed to
All right,
win.
Malik's up next.
Don't say it,
You
man.
just
Yeah, Malik and Jackson Dart. They'll win
Malik's up
a
next.
Super Bowl in 5 years with a different team.
Yeah, they're out of there, brother.
That's what'll happen. How long have we went? I feel like we've went kind of long now.
Kind of.
I kind of wanted to play a game, but I think we're a little too long.
Ask me one question.
Actually, one question.
In the game.
You want to do one of the games?
Just one.
Just one? Which
Just
one?
Real Spitfire, go.
Okay, no, we'll do the one where we have to say the same thing. That one's fun.
Oh, gosh, I'm not good at that.
All right, so this game is pretty basic. So I'm going to count the 3. No, Yanko's going to count the 3. Then we both try to say a word, any word. And
Is
then,
there a specific theme?
nah, any word.
Okay.
Don't make this too much.
Okay.
And then after he does that, he'll count down to 3 again. We don't have a lot of time to think.
Okay.
Then we both got to say the word that makes the most sense. Meets in the middle.
Okay.
You ready?
Okay.
All right, count us down. Hold on, do you have a word? Think of a random word.
Yes.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Cannonball.
Got it.
Wait, so now we have to say a word.
That
another
meets in
word?
the middle.
You said cannonball?
I said cannonball.
What the heck are you
And you
saying cannonball for?
I'm thinking about a pool. You said you said football.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys go in each other's minds. Like, read each other's minds.
So now we just something in the middle of this.
All right.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Summer. Okay.
Come on. Ready? This is easy.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Water.
Outside.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You said what?
Water.
I said outside.
You did say outside.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Beach.
Hot.
Bro, water and outside?
What do you mean? You said it too.
No,
Yes.
beach, water outside?
No, pool. You said pool. I said.
I didn't say
I
pool.
forgot what I said.
You said outside.
Okay, hold on. Let's keep going.
This is easy. Justin, beach, outside. There's one answer.
What?
I
Wait.
can't tell you. Beach and outside. There's one. No, you said hot.
Yeah.
Beach and hot. There's one answer. Let's go.
Wait.
Let's go.
No, I don't have a word yet. Beach and hot. There's one word in between that.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Tanning.
Florida.
Florida.
What do you mean beach and hot? That's Florida.
No, bro, it's tanning. It's laid
No,
out.
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm tan, bro.
That's not the point.
Come on, dog.
Okay, so we
It
got
was
tanning in Florida.
Ready?
We're never gonna get this.
Yes, we are.
3, 2, 1.
I don't even. The sun. I don't. What do you got?
We said that already.
I haven't said the sun.
Yes, you have.
I haven't said the sun. I haven't said
All
the
right,
sun.
let's go again.
You
I feel like we lost. We lost, bro. We lost. This is a fail. That was a fail.
We're terrible.
That was bad.
This is a terrible connection.
No, me and Yonko would have had it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense though.
Yeah, bro, you folded. Talking about tanning.
That's a good answer for that. Yeah, that's a really good answer for that.
Ah, man.
We gotta try it one more time. We can't go out like that.
All right, let's go.
Let's just forget. This is a.
Why? I don't know why you're starting off with
Just throw it
cannonball. We're
off.
talking about a sports
Throw it off.
podcast.
I said a random word. Just throw it out. We
All
gotta
right,
start
go,
over
go, go, go,
from the start. Totally random. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Broccoli.
Chapstick.
That's tough.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Grocery
Mouth.
store. This is easy. This is easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is easy.
Okay.
Justin, don't overthink this. Don't
I'm not gonna
overthink
look at
this.
you. I'm not looking at you. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Food.
Eat.
What did you say?
Eat.
Eat.
I said
Justin.
mouth.
Food.
Mouth.
Grocery store.
Mouth.
Food.
Eat.
Come on, man.
All right, hold on. We're at,
Eat
we're
is
at,
wild.
We're at food and what?
Food and
Eat.
Come on.
Did you say mouth or eat?
I said eat.
Eat another easy one.
I said food. He said eat.
Okay, we know the word then. Okay. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Stomach.
Hungry. Stomach? Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you? Hungry. Yo, you could have even said full. I don't want to get mad at you. Stomach.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna say stomach?
Because that's what goes in.
That's
your
where it
stomach.
goes. Okay. So we got full and stomach. We're never gonna get this. This is okay. No, I said hungry. You said stomach. Okay, again, there's one Yonko, come on. There's one answer.
Hold on. There's one answer.
There's
The
one
full and
answer.
Stomach.
No, it was hungry and stomach.
We can't use full
Why?
because I just said that.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the one answer.
No, can't say that.
And we've already said eat. I mean, what is there now?
Food and stomach.
Okay, there's one answer. Go.
Hold on.
Come on. He's not gonna get it. I got it. You know you know the answer. The comments, so y'all know what I'm about to say. Justin, I hope you know.
Food and stomach.
Yes.
And I already said eat.
Yes, there's one answer, man. I can't give you too many hints, but it's the come on, count us
Okay.
down. Count us down.
All right. I think I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Digest. Okay. Yeah. You get yeah. Come on, man.
Oh, bro, what happens
Digestion
that
is
comes
the-
out of your digestion? You poop.
Yeah, but you digest when
After-
food and stomach digest.
No, if you're full, then that means you got to poop.
What did you say?
Poop.
Full.
No, I said digest.
That's
It was
the same
digest
thing.
and poop.
There's nothing that we can do here.
I mean, this is no. We still got one. Let's go. We got to play it out.
Food
Hopefully you're
is
there.
digest
Don't
and
give him a
poop.
hint, Yanko. Just come on.
Digest and poop.
Like, just come on. Just think about your word. Just count us down.
I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Bathroom.
Thank you, Lord. That was painful. That's gonna be painful to watch back.
It only took us what 10 guesses.
I don't want to know how many that took.
We should do that with like a sports player.
Oh, we both say a player.
Yeah, and then
try to
based
get
on
to
that
it.
player, we have to get to a player in between that.
Oh,
That's the next episode.
That'd been easy. You
That's
say
next
LeBron,
episode.
I say KD. Then we both say ring chasing.
No.
And then we got it.
No. All right, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to
thanks for
episode
watching.
9.
Your happy summer.
Happy summer, baby.
Keep listening as you drive to the beach.
Yeah, shout out draft this Wednesday. Let us know who your teams are picking. Let us know your thoughts on this championship. Let us know who you got winning next year, man.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah. Love you
We'll
guys.
see you next week. Peace. Bum, 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 bum.